What is going on, everyone? This is the Captain's Log. My name is Parker. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm getting notifications on my computer. Apologize for this. I am stressed out. I know I look like a 14-year-old prepubescent boy, but I can't help it. And I'm so excited to get back on and to really bring you just good content. I really think my last podcast put up was probably my best one, and I'm really hoping that I get the same results out of this one. These are my top 10 tips for traveling. Tip number 1. Plan, but also plan for spontaneity. Plan for those moments that you don't plan for. You know, give yourself some time to just go, hey, I've got 2 hours, I've got 3 hours, what can I do right now? And I think really those are the moments that you really get the most out of your trip. Here in Australia, I think the one thing that I can really just, give to you is that if you have those moments where you've planned everything out, that's great. But having time to just do whatever you want, to be spontaneous and to go anywhere is something that's really going to mean a lot to you at the end of your trip. Number 2, take a lot of pictures. Look, I know people are out there and they're like, I hate when people are on their phone. I hate when people take pictures. Why can't you just soak it in? Take pictures, okay? Because let's be honest, you're not going to remember every moment. And I guarantee you that those pictures will be able to spark those memories in your head anyway. And let's be honest, having pictures, having something to look back on is so important. Memories are great, and I don't think you should be on your phone 100% of the time, but I think taking pictures are what's really going to matter to you, and they make storytelling so much better when you have something to relate it to or go, hey, check this out, this is really cool. Number 3, eat a lot. Maybe this is just for me, but I think that when you visit or go to a new place, the one thing you should do is really spend your time enjoying the cuisine, enjoying things that you're not going to be able to get back home, and especially the techniques and other things that you won't be able to get back home. So for one thing here, I've had kangaroo pizza. Not going to get kangaroo pizza at home. Emu jerky. Not going to get that back at home. I mean, just do your research, figure out the foods that you want to spend time on, and honestly just enjoy them. Like, yeah, it's one thing to stick to your plan and not spend a lot of money on food, but something that I've noticed is that when you are able to connect a place to a taste, it makes that place so much more it just brings a homegrown feeling to it. Then when you go back home, and especially for me, when I go back home and I have different foods again, I could be like, wow, remember that one time where I had this food, but it was prepared differently? This is what it reminds me of. For me, that's something that I want to take home with me. I want to take home those feelings, those restaurants that I've been to, those dishes that I've had that I would have never tried in the States anyway. So I think really spending time and figuring out new places, new restaurants, new techniques, new recipes, new foods, that's something that you should take home with you. Number 4, explore. Make your own adventures. This kind of goes back to the whole plan for spontaneity thing, but make your own adventures. Go do everything that they tell you to do on the websites, like the top 10 things to do in Sydney, the top 10 things to do in New York City. I think those are great, but I really think that the only way that you're going to get your most out of your trip is to be your own adventurer. Don't have somebody else tell you where to go, and don't use those planning moments for somebody else's plans, because guess what? 9 times out of 10, those plans are not going to fit what you want to do, and that's okay. Go do them anyway, because maybe you'll find something else that's great about it. Number 5, don't expect to fall in love, but if it happens, let it. What I mean by that is, I fell in love with Sydney. I have come here, I've only been here for about 6 weeks. I've been here for about 10 weeks, and I love Sydney, I love Australia, I love everything that it has to offer, and I think that's something that you can take away, is just know that you might not fall in love with this place, but that means that you should get every single second that you can out of it, right? Because you're probably not going to be traveling to a place that you don't think you're going to fall in love with in the first place, but I think that you should let that process happen, and just remember, it'll always be there for you if you want to come back. Number 6, talk to someone. Learn about the locals. They have the best kept secrets, and I can say that from experience here in Sydney. If you befriend or if you make friends with a ton of people in the area that you're going, they will be able to tell you exactly where you can go to have a great time, exactly where to stay away from, and exactly when to go. So I think those are really important things. Make friends with locals. Make friends that are going to last a lifetime. Because if you do come back, then hey, maybe you'll have a place to stay, or maybe you'll have more experiences to share, or you have just a better experience all around. You have a better adventure all around. Number 7, learn a bit about the area before you get there in order to stay ahead of the game. So what I mean by that is, if you have to learn a new language, you should probably learn some new language, right? Some new words that'll maybe help you. If you want to know more about the food or about the area that you're going to be staying in, this will help you when you get there. You'll be more acclimated before you get there. The culture shock won't be a surprise to you when you get there. I think these are kind of things that you should know beforehand, but I'm just saying them maybe for my own good, but maybe for your own good as well. Number 8, budget your money. Learn the exchange rates and stick to your plan. I can't stress this enough. If you leave wherever you're going to go to somewhere, and you know the exchange rates, and you know that you have X amount of whatever, dollars, yen, pen, it doesn't even matter. If you know that you have X amount of money to spend, just make sure that you're spending it. And if you can save some, good, save some. But if you also have to budget more into a week, just know that you're going to have less the next week. I think that's something that I've really learned in the last 10 weeks is budgeting is important. It's easy to do when you know what you have to do and what you have to stay away from, and that's fine. But budgeting your money is so important. Budgeting your time is also so important. But in this case, budget your money. Learn the exchange rates. Learn how to stay away from the things that are going to make you go over that budget, and learn how to stay within that budget, because the more money you have going home and the more fun you have when you go home, the better off you're going to feel, I promise. Number 9, time is short. Don't waste any. Don't waste any. I think it's important to wake up at 5 a.m. to go see the sunrise. I think it's important to stay out all night and to have a good time. I think it's also important to know that sleep is good. And the quote of the day comes from Henry Miller. It is, one's destination is never a place, but a new way of seeing things. My question to you for the day is, where do you want to travel next? If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love that. Please hit the thumbs up, hit that like button, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on wherever you want to share it on. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been the Captain's Log. My name is Parker. I am so thankful for you, for sticking around, for watching this stuff. I really appreciate all the love everybody's been giving me. Please keep it up, share it, and I will see you next time. Thank you.